Hey guys, I just wanted to briefly let you guys know what we're playing, and shoot, I just realized I got an echo here. Let's figure out how I can mute that. Every time something goes wrong, haha. Alrighty, trying to remember what I did here. It's been a while since I've streamed, so this was bound to happen, of course. Where is this coming from? Actually, might be from. Okay, is this. Yeah, that's better. It's because I had an open window in my browser. So, what I was trying to say was that this is a game that is really close to my heart. It's called Golden Treasure: The Great Green, and it would not be exactly an exaggeration to say that this game has changed my life, or at least my perspective on life. Um, it's just such a beautiful game. Like even just the main menu, it's beautiful. And it's one of those things that you can't walk away from without learning something about either yourself or the world around you. Um, it's a really nice game, so I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll just hop right into it. So, we will start a new life. A box without hinges, key, or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid. What is it? Bilbo Baggins, The Hobbit. You are alone in the chamber. There is one wall which surrounds you utterly in every direction and on every side. The wall is made of love, and it embraces you. Its inherent goodness is an obvious and complete truth. There is a rhythm in the chamber, a beat and a flow which has always been. It is the only way you can tell between sleeping and waking. When awake, you can feel the rhythm, and when asleep, you cannot. Which time do you enjoy most? I think I prefer the quiet of the sleeping times. Even now, in the chamber, you sense the power of the hidden currents, the loving embrace of the unchanging abyss, and the gentle silences of the world. You have gained a large amount of water mastery. Then, after a time, you hear the voice. At first, you did not know that there was a voice, only a strange sensation unfolding in your mind. A soothing warmth, pulses of orange color, and the comforting taste of brimstone on your tongue. And yet, you are alone here in the chamber. Could there be something outside? You reach out, forming a colored echo in your thoughts and sending it beyond your reality. And you are rewarded with the explosion of a purest joy ringing through your essence and echoing through your mind. In time, you learn the differences between the emotions, the colors of the mind that the voice outside the wall would pour into you through its mind song, and which you would pour back, and so you discover happiness and sadness, anger and calm, fear and curiosity, and an innumerable spectrum of others. And then the images come. Pictures etched in neon relief in your mind by the song of the voice. They are images of amazing beings, of stately tree and honorable, reliable stone, of chattering stream and murmuring sea, and of a great giver who is also called Sun, and of a great birther who receives from Sun and gives birth to all things, who is also called Earth. Earth and Sun are the greatest of beasts, mightiest of all the animals, but next to them in might are your people, the true children of above and below, the kin unto each other, who are also called Drac. The voice then asks you a question. O tiny, kin yet to be, which shall you become? Sun, the radiant one, the great giver, who rules and slays and is slain and reborn each day. Or Earth, who circle dances to Sun's music, who nurtures, peaceful and omnipotent, births all good beasts, knows all silent secrets, and abides forever. And honestly, this is probably the most creative way anyone has ever asked me what gender I want to play in a game. So I'm gonna go with, for me is the knowing, and the healing, and the dance of a circle. I wish to be Earth. The voice responds by singing a vision and feeling of cool, damp earth, pregnant with green life, into you. On this path lies a power, hidden, but great. May you find a deeper peace amidst the violence of existence. You gained a large amount of Earth mastery. Time has little meaning in the chamber, marked only by the rhythm within you. The wall also seems to embrace you just a little more closely with each moment. The voice from outside leaves and returns again and again, continuing to instruct you, gently and at a slow pace, ensuring that you can receive its song and build yourself around it. It teaches you of the many good beasts, those of fur and scale and feather and fin. Some are swift, like the hopping long-ear, and some are powerful, like the horned grazers, but all are good and all have their own music. Most importantly, it teaches you the two great laws. First, that you are a destroyer. To live is good, and you may only preserve your life by tearing away at the life of others. You must destroy. Find that which calls to you and destroy it, and take it into yourself and grow mighty. If you fail to destroy, you will waste away, and be yourself destroyed, and all your music will become silence. Second, that you are a creator. All creators are one of two kinds: givers, who give their essence during the dance of creation, or birthers, who receive their essence and weave new life from it, bringing it forth in the fullness of time. When you have grown great, you must seek out another who is also great and of opposite nature, and through the dance of creation become a source of the future. If you fail in this, the destiny of the children of heaven and earth will waste away, and where there might have been an echo of your music in the time beyond yourself, there will be only silence. So it is, was, and shall be. There is a brief silence during which you sense that there is space enough for one question. What do you do? I ask if the voice is my creator. Was it one of the two whose dance created me? Indeed, affirms from the voice. And you can tell that the spring-colored memory of the tender and violent dance which created you still lives in its mind. I am a source of your being, and so you must and shall walk in my ways. My truths are inscribed upon your essence, and you in your turn shall pass unto others, but only if you are strong and worthy. You have gained some air, earth, and water mastery. Beyond the two great laws, sings the voice, there is one lesser law. It is not great. If you violate it, you shall not be destroyed. Nevertheless, taste this truth and chain it within your mind. You must seek treasure. Treasure comes in many kinds, but you will know it when you find it. Treasure is something rare, and of worth to all of the true children of heaven and earth. By taking treasure as your own, you shall prove your greatness to other kin. Whether obtained by strength of body, or of mind, or any other thing, it matters not. All that matters is that you must gather all treasures to yourself. Some are obvious but well guarded, and some require little strength but are difficult to find. None, though, are both obvious and easily obtained, or they would not be treasure. Are all treasures such as can be smelled and touched and seen? No. While all kin value that which is rare and beautiful and can be sensed, some few count other things among their treasures. Such things such as rare truths and ways of being, or knowledge of true songs which destroy and create in strange ways. But not all kin agree as to their worth. If you can, you must seek to build a golden trove, a vast gathering of glittering treasure which none could deny. Hunt not the unknown, that path is less sure. However, you sense that there are indeed things less known for which some may find to be very, very great treasure. You have gained some earth, air, and water mastery. The voice's song grows softer. Now I leave you, my kin and my creation. You may never hear my song again, nor I yours. I have imparted the two great laws, as is my duty. You are a destroyer, and you are a creator, and these truths are woven into you like warmth into blessed flame. If you cease to be a destroyer, or a creator, you would no longer be kin. And you know of a lesser law, the seeking and taking of treasure. Though you may survive and be well fed and strong of body, if you have no treasure, then you will never be called great among kin. You will never know the pleasure of the dance of creation, and your creator self will languish in a frigid void. All other laws are false. These alone bind us. Remember that you are Drakkin. All other beings of this world must stand in the shadow of your beautiful and terrible music. The rhythm which you feel now flowing through you is the rhythm of life. To have this rhythm within you is to be alive. To be silent without the rhythm is the perfect sign of death. Nature shall now be your guide, companion, and opponent, and all your friend, enemy, and always, always your teacher. There is no being born of earth, the great birther, and sun, the great giver, greater than you. The music of our people is great. Rejoice, knowing that your essence has been woven into such a body, and that such a fate is yours. When you at last escape from the wall which I have put around you, both to keep you safe and to test you, then you will be worthy to begin the great adventure which some call life. And with that final message, the idea of yourself exploding from potentiality into reality, the voice fades and is gone. You know that it will not return. How do you feel in that moment? Excited to begin the mysterious journey ahead. You are eager to show the world how great you are, how much greater you shall become. You dance a tiny, tiny dance within the confines of a chamber and sing raw, pure songs of hope and longing into the nothingness beyond the wall. You have gained some air, fire, and water mastery. For a time, you are left alone again within the chamber. You feel the measured beating of your rhythm within you, and drift in and out of consciousness. The wall seems to have gotten smaller, hugging you tightly indeed. Your rhythm has swelled into mighty chords, and your breath is fierce against your legs. Suddenly, and without warning, the voice returns. It is not a measured song rife with ordered sigils as last time, but a lurid gash of feelings and ideas suddenly thrust upon you. Beware the other sea, the no-tails, the flat faces! Beware their terrible music! Beware the seed of the others! Beware. And suddenly, there is an awful silence. A space left behind where something should have been. No other voices enter your mind. A few times you think you may be receiving a song, but it always proves to be simply yourself echoing tiny hopes, fears, and dreams. Meanwhile, the wall. The wall, which is made of love, and which has always, always embraced you, is squeezing you very tightly. Its love, once so pure and benign, has become toxic. You are pressed so mercilessly you can barely breathe, and to make matters worse, you feel a horrible emptiness, a draining within your core. You must do something. Be still and silent, breathe and wait. The wall loves you and know what is best for you. And yet, you grow weaker and less comfortable with each passing moment. At the last, you are so confined that you cannot even breathe. The wall is going to love you into destruction. Panic sets in, overwhelming your mind, enslaving your actions to your most basic self. You thrash and struggle and gasp, and for the first time you know true, complete, and utter fear. But at last, through your fear and your mad dance, you cause a breaking of everything that you have ever known. It falls, agonizingly slowly, to pieces, the wall cracking and crunching as it simultaneously fails and succeeds in its true mission. You hear, not only with your mind but with your ears, and see, not only with your mind but with your true eyes. Covered in the ruins of the wall, you emerge out of potential existence and into life. Gain some earth and water mastery. Part 1. Happy those early days, when on some gilded cloud or flower my gazing soul would dwell an hour, and in those weaker glories spy some shadows of eternity. Henry Vaughan, The Retreat. You are somewhere inside the body of Earth, the great birther. Her semi-soft flesh is veined here and there with the grasping roots of trees or blockaded by stones who stare blindly at you. The air here tastes of comfort and slumber, and your own body feels as though it is in good condition. But you feel a burning in your core. You know that it is the destroyer within, eager for substance to fuel your being. If you fail to find anything to destroy, the emptiness will overtake you and your life will be lost. You sense nothing to consume here, though. A few illuminating rays tumble in from above, but your vision is still dim and unsteady. Perhaps you could leave this place by crawling up the tangle of roots overhead. Whenever you consider a task with which your will alone cannot conquer, you will get a sense of whether you could succeed or fail based on your elemental attributes. Climbing up the roots would require a certain amount of fluidity and flexibility, which are the domain of a water element. Red indicates that you cannot succeed, at least not without problems, in your current state, while green indicates that you feel like you certainly can. Yellow means it is too close to be sure. As you make choices, your health and energy may be affected as well. Success brings benefits, but be not too afraid of failure. Through it, all beings learn and grow strong, while success is little to teach. Now choose, newborn. What will you do? So I can either, let's see. That is a yellow chance of succeeding. That one I don't have, so. I do kind of want to see what's left of the wall. The chamber of your creation seems so small now. Moments ago, it was your entire reality. Perhaps there is another reality beyond this one, you now see, with which you will one day hatch. Have you any further business with the wall? It does not smell attractive. Let's consume the wall. Perhaps it will ease the emptiness within, because let's consume the non-attractive smelling eggshell. The wall crunches and crackles pleasantly in your mouth as you consume it, but it lashes your throat as it is drawn down to your core, causing you to cry out in discomfort. It also does not seem to do anything for your hunger. Oh, okay. You've gained some air and fire mastery. What will you do? Okay. Let's try to go downwards, see what's there. The dirt stubbornly resists your scrabblings. It seems that the floor of this chamber has been trod down by some great being, most likely your creator, and now resists your attempts to unmake it. You eventually give up, feeling slightly more empty than before for your efforts. Oh, darn. But I did gain some earth mastery, so. Use your limbs and claws and jaws to climb directly up the hanging roots. You flow steadily upwards through the hidden spaces between the roots and stones, twisting your body to fill the empty spaces. The light grows as you emerge into a still larger chamber. I've always thought that, like, the Dratkin hatchlings in this, game are the only thing I do not like about the art style, and you'll see more in a second, but just something about the way the wings/elbows are drawn just gives me the heebie-jeebies. But that's like a minor criticism. And this game is great in like almost every aspect other than that, so. This space is much larger than the last, and though you are still sheltered by Earth's body, light is more plentiful here. You may be approaching her skin. A clean azure flavor slides across your tongue. Water, the comforter and supporter of all life, is here, gathered into a still body before you. Something within you resonates with it, drawing you towards it. What is your will? Draw closer to the water. You move closer. And for the first time, you see yourself. Your body, sculpted and painted by time and space, is almost beyond description. Your armor shines subtly with Earth's rich hues, like the promise of precious things buried deep. Your feathers, each one dyed with more colors than you know the names of. Blue, purple. I think that's it. Um, long for the touch of air, and you are crowned with plumes so that all other good beasts may know your sovereignty. Your long neck, graceful limbs, and supple tail transform every motion into a weaving cascade of flowing movement. Seeing your true form for the first time, you feel surprised that this complex beast, full of fierce beauty and limitless potential, should be you is almost unbelievable. Can this sacred frame truly be your own? Can so perfect a marriage of above and below exist? It can. Yes, it can. This is the body into which your essence has been woven. These are the limbs with which you will walk the paths of this life, the teeth and claws with which you will mete out the judgment of destruction upon other beings. This is the fruit of your creators, and this is the body whose pattern may be bequeathed to others, if you survive long enough and are found worthy. This is yourself. You've gained some air mastery. What is your will? Consuming some of the water seems like a good idea. You lower your mouth to the body of water and use your tongue to take some of it into you. It flows pleasantly down, trickling to your core, relieving you of a little of the emptiness within you and soothing your essence. You've gained a little energy. Water's reputation as a friend to all life is apparently well-deserved. Your core demands something which water alone cannot slake, though. With nothing else to do within this space, you follow the whispering air and light outwards. And this is something that I would like to point out. The way that they do this in a lot of scenes, but this is the first indication of it, where they have, I think they're called essence lines. Yeah, you can see there like a dragon essence line, and they show it a lot on like the good beasts or animals in the game, where they have like these overlays that are basically like a representation of the spirit, I guess, of in this case the land, or in the case of a good beast, it's of the good beast, and in the good beast it actually shows their elemental attributes in their essence lines. It's really cool. So now that you have emerged from the Great Mother's flesh, you can see her more completely, and her power and beauty are beyond your wildest hope. The trees are her feathers, and the mountains her spine. Her breath is the wind, and her essence flows in streams, rivers, and the distant sea. Above you, Sun, the great giver, shines his own endless essence down upon the earth. He blazes above you, mighty in his glory, beautiful and shameless in his circle dance of creation, by which all that carries the rhythm of life is ultimately begotten. The air between them is sweet with life and light, the fruits of your union. The wind blows, teasing your wings. A wild desire to tread the air, to rise above, fills you. What will you do? Why not? Embrace the wind, spread your wings, and fly. You spread your wings and leap fearlessly from the heights, knowing that Earth cannot hold your Drakkyn greatness. For a single, beautiful moment, you hang in the air. And then Earth rushes swiftly at you. Frantic flailing of your limbs does nothing. You tumble to the ground, crashing through treetops and limbs and bushes. And then the cruel, unforgiving ground. You've gained some air and fire mastery, and our first tarot card. The Fool. It is fitting that a kin's reach should exceed their grasp. Failure is a far, far better teacher than success. This grants you a tiny bonus to all 4 elements. So, that was interesting. Body ringing with pain, you slowly recover from nature's rebuke. Apparently, you are not yet worthy of treading the boundless paths of the above. You sense that you have much growing and learning to do before you can realize your dream of a few moments ago. Your miserably failed attempt at flight seems to have been witnessed by a small winged beast, a lesser child of earth and sun. It stands out against its surroundings in bold black and white. It laughs at you, insulting you with a mocking song. The mighty Drakkyn once ruled over Earth. Now I have seen Earth rules their race. O thou who tried to fly just after birth, are chained like a slave by her downward embrace. Chick, 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 chick. Let the shame of my song and your body's own pain teach you this, only reach for what you can attain. Chick, 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 chick. I hate doing that. I might not do that anymore. You have learned more about the way of the White Blacks. How will you respond? I'm not getting any things telling me. Normally it has like a highlight. I don't know why it's not working, but attempt to get it to divulge a secret. You express your deep admiration of its beauty, noting the subtle blue shimmers within its dark feathers and the pearl-like shine of its lighter parts. You confess envy of its ability to dance so very gracefully upon the wind and the legendary cleverness of its people. It seems that it is quite prone to flattery. Preening its feathers proudly, it sings, "Truly, this hatchling knows beauty is beauty. My people know secrets. Such is our duty. One of your Draken met death here today, destroyed by the tailless, so the winds say. And yet in destruction a secret it keeps, a treasure within its great jaws, there still sleeps. As it wings away, you reflect on the power of understanding others. By appealing to the White Black's vain nature, you were able to get something valuable for a very small price. Its words, however, disturb you. What are the tailless, and what can can they possibly be more powerful than a kin? Perhaps the kin was young, or perhaps the White Black was mistaken. Still, you cannot help but feel troubled. Moving on, you allow the hillside to guide you downward. You have been following the path of a swift-running river for some time when you were struck by a powerful scent. Flicking your tongue out, you sense the sacred essence of one of the kin on the breeze, floating on twin wings of pain and decay. There's another flavor there as well. Something strange, something animal but not, something other. You shudder, your feathers raising upwards involuntarily. What could these strange scents mean? The kin whose scent you now smell you could possibly explain, but you are now hatched and beyond your chamber. All kin are rivals, seldom welcoming the scent of other Drac in their territory. But there is something familiar in that scent, something which tugs at the corner of your mind. Steeling yourself, you carefully draw closer to its source. I still think this guy looks like the Beast Titan from Attack on Titan, but just saying. Destruction. The horrible stillness of a body empty of spirit. The noble red essence of a great kin, shed not in the true dance of destruction, but trapped, tortured. The confusion, the pain. It is the synergy between its scent and yours, you know without a doubt. This is the great being who instructed you as the voice. This was one of your creators. Its rhythm is now silent, its songs forever stilled. Already, tiny spirits of decay infest the vast body, feeding off of it, reducing it to void. Something is clawing at you from within, straining at your heartbone and flooding your mind. Fear and rage and shuddering nausea overtake you, one after another, growing and writhing within. You feel yourself instinctively belt fire seed into the back of your throat, only just managing to swallow it again, denying it the chance to explode into a searing flame to consume the things which now sing and dance near the ruins of the one who created you. The things, what are they? There is something wrong with them, something very, very wrong. They seem to have more than one skin, some of them belonging to other animals. The brightness of their body heat is darkened by the cold, dead hides they cover themselves with. There's something strange about their oily scents. Something familiar, but alongside that, something completely other, like no true animal. They clutch strange things in their forepaws which you cannot identify, although they reek of the blood of trees. But most horrifyingly, they have no tails. They are tailless. I can't say that with a straight face. I find it hilarious how after everything they listed, the fact that they have no tails is the most horrifying thing. But I suppose to a creature who, like, I think almost every other creature in nature has a tail. So I can see why that might be alarming to something that has never seen a human before, but you are split inside, the air within you screaming to run away as fast as you can from this place, but the fire within you urging you to destroy these no-tails. Decide quickly. Try to keep silent and draw closer. You flatten your body to the ground and creep forward. You've gained some water mastery. This is the empty shell of one of the kin, its rhythm stilled. Its great body, constructed over hundreds of turnings of the seasons and nourished by the destruction of thousands of lesser beings, lies quiet, destroyed within just a few moments. Before you hatched, you were taught that all things become silent in time, but beholding the corpse of this great being, one of your own creators, that truth seems all the more urgent and unassailable. Examine the body more closely. Something is odd about the way the great kin's mouth is set, gently prying open his jaws, which are already cooling as the void spreads through the dead shell. You discover something odd. One of your creator's incisors is made not of toothstone, but rather some kind of pale crystal. Your tail quivers and your head crest stands erect as you taste the air around this strange tooth. Something swims inside of your mind like prey lurking towards watery reeds. You decide to swallow the stone for now and regurgitate it later when you have found a place to safely examine it further. Crystal Fang. One of your creator's teeth was replaced with this mysterious stone. It does not seem to be natural, and you can almost taste an ozone-flavored energy sleeping fitfully within. Perhaps another kid might be able to tell you more about this rare object. The no-tails will notice... Oh, sorry, but what do you do in the meantime? The no-tails will soon notice your scent, surely. Retreat from this place. You flow rapidly through the underbrush, scrambling over rotting tree corpses and crashing through shrubs until there is no scent of either no trace of either scent nor sound of the no-tails. They seem to possess some kind of terrible magic which allows them to cause harm, even from far away. Again, this seems wrong beyond all the possible definitions of a word. Is not all order in the world dependent on the simple fairness of having to destroy your enemies with your own body? Perhaps the bizarre things are beyond your ability to deal with as a hatchling. You resolve to attempt to learn and imitate their strange magic. You will need to take some dangerous chances, but perhaps you can learn their way. You try standing on your hind legs as they do, but though it briefly frees your forepaws, that proves to be an unstable position for you. The thought of covering your beautiful body with the skins of other animals seems wrong. Perhaps there is a power there, though. There is too much to think about. You lack information, and your core is empty and needs to be filled. For now, you must turn to other things, but perhaps there will be other opportunities to learn about the no-tails. You have gained some mastery of every element. You feel something small striking your armor. You turn to see what it is and find nothing, but then it happens again. And again. It is not painful, but it is annoying. Eventually, you realize that this must be rain, the sacred water of the sky which sometimes falls to bless the Great Mother, of which you were told of while still in the chamber. Soon, rain is falling everywhere, tumbling and vaulting off the leaves and sliding merrily down the grass. It makes it hard to smell and taste the air, and perturbs you as it splatters against your armor. You find shelter in what used to be the den of a family of fur beasts. Their scent lingers only on the edge of your consciousness. They must have been gone for many suns or even moons. You dig it slightly deeper and broader with your claws and then settle in, watching rain's downward dive. Yes, this should suffice for now. Certainly grander layers await you in the future, but you feel comfortable and safe in Earth's body. At last, you have a moment to think. You pause, considering your situation. A moment of reflection will make your current feelings and thoughts clear. Awareness of one's state of being is key to survival in this harsh and beautiful world. So this is basically just telling me I am hungry, and I am fine, and that there is no trace of no-tails near the den. You may also draw your thoughts towards any treasures or artifacts you have found. So I have the crystal thing here. There is little here now, but if you survive and are bold, yet wise, you will gather many. Perhaps some will even have strange and wondrous powers. Here, you can recall the many denizens of a great green you will meet. As you explore, hunt, and survive, your knowledge of each of the many tribes of people and peoples of good beasts will grow, and their secrets will be revealed to you. So we can kind of like scroll through these. You got a couple here. And if you wish to leave the waking dream of this life and return to your other reality, or change certain aspects of this one, you will find such thoughts here. Your progress will automatically be saved and remembered, so do not fear the void. And it's like a main menu, sorta. Your relationship with the Great Four, the elements which make up reality, will be the key to your survival. At any time, you may draw your thoughts towards the elements to more clearly comprehend their gifts. Each element bears a sigil which will grow and change as you gather more of the infinite truths of the world unto yourself, and each governs a different aspect of your abilities. The fire element governs your physical strength and ferocity, as well as the power of your fury breath. The water element governs your perception, empathy, flexibility, and stealth. The earth element governs endurance, health, and fortitude. The more you understand and imitate this element, the more patient and difficult to destroy you will become. This is kind of like where your health pool comes from. The air element governs quickness and intellect. Agility of both body and mind belong to this sphere. As you grow in understanding and experience, your degree of enlightenment within the four elements will increase. Each degree brings gifts. By recalling each specific element, you can remember which of the gifts you have earned and what temporary factors, such as injuries, may be affecting it. Earning gifts is not affected by temporary effects, and only when you have a break. I think we might be experiencing technical difficulties. Nope, there it goes. First grade of mastery in earth, and then fire. I thought we were. I don't know if it came up again or not. I think it did. Okay. There are many ways to increase these masteries, such as learning secrets, observing nature, and imitating the qualities of the elements. By making choices and discovering new things, you will grow in your understanding of the elements of reality. Remember that failure is a far better teacher than success. Mistakes and losses bring with them the best lessons. If you lose a challenge, you may suffer in the short term, but your elemental abilities are in scarlet glory. Are we experiencing technical difficulties? It's saying I am. Okay, does that help? I think it did. That might help a little bit. You emerge in time to see your first sun ending, and as he dies in scarlet glory, new, smaller illuminations are born in the opposite corner of the sky. By the time sun has gone completely, they dominate above the great above, a parade of holy light marching in a slow circle dance. You were taught of the stars while still in the chamber, but seeing them with your own eyes is a true wonder. Each of the stars has a color and a brightness not quite like any other. Some are red as the body of fire, some green as the grasses of earth, some blue as the deeps of water, some white as the clouds of air. Some stand quietly, firm in their color, and some sparkle and flash, glimmering gaily. Even in the great above, the four sacred elements hold their being. A cool wind blows over you, ruffling your feathers. Inspiration is striking. You feel compelled to let your voice ring out in song. What shall you sing? Sing a great hymn to earth. I sing of the greatness of earth, that which sustains and supports, which nurtures and orders. I sing of the earth beneath my claws, body of bodies, who birthed all things from her own sacred flesh, who gives us a place to rest, to live, to fly amidst the void. I sing of the earth within, the solid structured order of the body, strength of my scales, solidness of my bone, hills and valleys of my flesh growing greater with every sun, every turning. I sing of earth, which silently abides forever, resisting destruction and without boundary. I am a mighty mountain, mountain, patient, immovable, and serene. Other beings see my greatness from afar, and their souls are filled with awe and wonder. I may be scared, but never overthrown. I think I meant to be scarred. May be scarred, but never overthrown. My armor is stone, my feathers are trees. Praise to Earth, who carries us all, who does not feel the weight, who teaches us to outlive that which vexes us, to see the slow, still solutions amidst the clamor of complexity. To walk as one eternal in this ephemeral world. Praise be Earth, which is, was, and shall be. The nearby hills echo your song back to you as if blessed with their tranquility and fortitude. As if blessing you with their tranquility and fortitude. Let patience and wisdom be your guides, they seem to sing. Be like one of us, above and yet below, around and yet within. You've gained a large amount of Earth mastery. Your first sun is at an end, and it was more than you could have imagined. Even with your creator's instruction, sleeping in your lair is almost like being back in the chamber, but now you know too much. Your mind wanders from thought to thought, seeking to guide itself. Your hopes and fears toss you back and forth, scraping you uncomfortably between what was and what might have been. You see your creator lying silent before the no-tails, their chattering, screeching voices barking something incomprehensible as the red kin essence spreads along the ground. The white-black mocks you as you look on. You feel the dread 1-2 stomping of the tailless, near you, upon you, over you. You slide underneath the mountains to hide from them, but there are tailless everywhere, smaller and stone-skinned underground, tall and willowy in the woods, coarse and shouting in the flatlands. It is not your precious essence they seek to shed, however. They are roaring for the flesh of something else, something older and more powerful than even a great kin. You wake, briefly, and your second sleep is far less troubled. I prepared for Blightlight. I'm sorry. I know it's dark. If you're in a dark room, I'm sorry about the bright light. It's kind of distracting, and blinding. A new sun dawns, climbing laboriously over the mountains. Today, you must emerge and seek your destiny. As you do, you may encounter many new things. You have not yet used your body to hunt and fight, nor have you ventured far from this makeshift den. Do you wish to learn all of these things in depth, or do you wish to dive headlong into your destiny without such lessons? I do know how to do this, but I'm going to play the tutorial because otherwise you kind of miss some stuff, so. I wish to learn how to hunt, fight, and explore. The water which fell from the sky prevented you from fulfilling your missions of destruction, and your core cries out for flesh. Perhaps a hunt would be wise. It is, however, also tempting to explore more of this beautiful world in which you find yourself. Exploring your territory will reveal new opportunities, challenges, treasures, hunting grounds, and more. How will you spend this, your second sun? Let's do hunting and fighting first. I wish to taste the essence of others. It is time to hunt. The woods just outside your den seem replete with the presence of lesser good beasts. It should not take long to find one. Ah, yes. This is one of the small, furry beasts whose scent calls to you. The kin call it a tree tail, in honor of its close relationship with trees and its luxurious, expressive tail. It is small, but it will do. Understanding the music of your partner in the dance is vital. Begin by examining the tree tail more closely. Any good beast such as you can easily sense how much fire there is in the essence of another. Fire influences physical might and how dangerous an opponent will be in the dance of destruction, which some call combat. If they are strong in this element, beware. You may catch them only to find that they're quite capable of destroying you instead. As you can see, this is not a great concern when it comes to tree tails, as the gem is empty and not even a small part of a sigil of fire is shown. This is your opponent's water affinity. The more complex the water sigil, the keener the prey's senses, and the more difficult they will be to approach without discovery. The earth sphere represents health and resilience. A being strong in this element will not easily surrender its essence. A great effort will surely be required to bring something great in earth to destruction. Beings with a high earth also possess a strong will, so even indirect attempts to harm them will fail unless the attacking element is even higher. Once again, Tree tails, compared to other larger prey, are not very difficult to bring down at all, provided you can get your claws on them. This is your opponent's air affinity. Note that it seems to have a little mastery in it, indicating that it is slightly quick. Compare with this with your own air ability to see how difficult it would be to chase. Prey with high air affinity may be all but impossible to chase down and must be defeated by other means. Although you can sense roughly how attuned to each element a being may be and where their strengths lie, only testing your abilities directly against them can you be sure of their skills. Be aware that many beings possess special abilities which allow them to survive upon Earth. Tree tails, for example, have the ability to climb, and so attempts to pursue them from far away will automatically fail. They will be able to reach a tree and scurry to safety. Only attempt to chase them after approaching as near as you can. A good way to begin to hunt is by stalking your prey, silently attempting to draw as close as you can without being noticed. The water element, which governs the senses, is your greatest asset here. The more powerful your connection to that element, the more silently you can move. Size also plays a role in stalking. If you are larger than your prey, you will be at a disadvantage, and if smaller, at an advantage. Your prey has surely developed keen senses of its own in order to avoid destruction by predators such as you. To successfully close the distance without alerting it, your water mastery must be greater than the tree tails. This one smells old and weak, ripe for consumption. It is time to put your skills to the test. I can't select anything else, so silently draw it near. And also, I love the way they do that animation, but... yes, you are now much closer. It's close enough to smell its fur, its personal scent, even its nut-tinged breath. Charging at it now is tempting, but you also find yourself fascinated as you watch it forage for food. It moves in a particular way, not quite like that of any other good beast. In observing it, you may learn something. So I will keep still and observe. Yes, already you are learning. Nature is an excellent teacher. If you hunt and observe each prey enough, you may gain a glimpse of their deeper truth, and in finding it, incorporate it into your own way and become stronger. But you have sensed enough. Your hunger for its tender flesh and thirst. You hunger for its tender flesh and thirst for its crimson essence. If you strike now, you may succeed in the chase, but perhaps you could draw even nearer. So near now, and your prey is still completely ignorant of the shadow of destruction which falls upon it. If you strike at it with all of your speed and strength, it will not stand a chance. Wait for the two circles to become one, and then act quickly. And yeah, that's like a little mini game there. Sorry for the blinding light. The hapless tree tail barely even has time to realize you are there before you crunch its small bones in your jaws, tasting its perfect essence as you crush it several times and finally swallow it. Its flesh and its spirit will now become part of your own, granting you precious energy. You feel pride in your own skill and gratitude, and gratitude to the tree tail in equal measure. This is right. This is the way of all things. You have gained some energy. Ah, another one. Your core urges you on. You must have more if you are to grow great. The last one was old and weak. Its senses dull. Not this one, however. Destroying it will be more of a challenge. A chase of this range against an animal which can climb trees is hopeless. Draw nearer as before. You have managed to draw nearer, and although you remain hidden in the tall grass, the prey has heard rumor of your approach from a rather noisy twig you stepped on. It is now suspicious of you. All is not lost, however. Perhaps, if you remain still and observe, there's a chance that the tree tail will lower its guard. You have waited for a few precious moments, but the tree tail still suspects the danger may be near. When you wait and observe an opponent whose suspicion has been aroused, there is a chance that it will return to its way each time. But it is not guaranteed. Each individual animal is different, and fortune plays a role. If you wait just a little longer... Yes, there! It seems satisfied that it is not in danger and has lowered its guard again. Any movement from you while it was suspicious would have surely caused it to flee. Waiting silently when your prey becomes suspicious may cause it to relax in time, but beware. Each moment that passes brings your scent closer to it on the winds, and once it smells you, it will surely try to escape. You must stalk your prey quietly yet quickly before your scent is caught. This tree-tail senses are obviously keener than the last. If drawing this close made it suspicious, trying to draw even closer will surely alert it. If your prey begins the chase, you will be at a disadvantage. You must now seize the initiative and attack. The surprise should give you the few precious instants that you need. Strike. It notices you and flees. Chase after it. Also another minigame that I was kind of fond of. As you feel the luscious body of yet another tree-tail move slowly down your craw, the joy of pure, wholesome destruction again sinks in. This is the dance of destruction, the fight for survival with which all beings dance with each other, and it is good. It is as it should be and must be. You have gained some energy. I'm going to take a quick drink of some water before we continue. Oh, shoot. That went down wrong. Okay. You no longer ache for sustenance, your core mostly quieted. There is, however, room for one more. You may hunt up to 3 times per sun in an abundant hunting ground. Fewer prey exist in a middling or sparse area. Sun and Earth have blessed you. You have discovered a wounded member of the delicious long-ear tribe. Normally, you would have to stalk and pursue it, which is no mean feat, as long-ears have swift feet and keen senses. However, this one is sporting a broken leg. It senses you, but cannot flee. I do kind of want to see this. Oh, I guess it won't let me. Oh well. Let combat, the true dance of destruction, begin. Ah, the true dance of destruction. Although your foe is not the most powerful of beasts, you cannot help but shiver a little. Both of you are wagering life, the most precious of treasures, against the skill of the other. Like most aspects of life, fighting is ruled by the elements. Begin by examining both your own current mastery and those of your opponent. The element of fire is one of the 2 elements which rule over combat. As the element of strength and power, all physical damage done is based on the mastery of fire. This particular long-ear is much weaker than most of its kind due to its broken limb. Do not expect long-ears to be this feeble in the future. The other element, which is crucial to the Dance of Destruction, is Earth. As the element of fortitude and endurance, Earth dictates how much damage a creature can endure. All actions taken in combat are associated with a particular element. A simple biting attack, for example, is of the Earth element, while your burning breath is, of course, a fire attack. When you select an action, your opponent does as well, and then both of them clash together. Certain elements have advantages over others. Water is kind of like a rock, paper, scissors effect, but water is strong against fire, fire rules over air, and air defeats water. Earth has neither advantage nor disadvantage against the others. Each good beast has a way, which gives it certain options and a set pattern of attack. Long-ears, for example, will always use a repeating earth, water, and air pattern. You do not know where in the sequence it will begin, but once you are familiar with an animal's attack pattern, you should quickly be able to tell its next move and turn the fight to your advantage. Let us begin with a simple bite. Being of the neutral earth element, this is a relatively safe choice. There's an earth ability, bite. Ah, the clash. Both of you have been affected, although you have but a tiny scratch. The long-ear is more seriously hurt. Your opponent is battered and worse for wear. Your attacks are having an effect. As creatures, including you, are wounded, their air, water, and fire abilities will decrease, although earth always stands unchanged. Since it used an air attack, the long-ears always use an earth, water, and air pattern, we know that his next move will be an earth technique. Nothing is strong or weak against earth, so any attack will do for now. Let us use Swift Strike, an air attack which affects your opponent before you are affected by its attack. The air grows richer with fear and despair. The enemy is now injured. Good. Additional effects like Swift Strike's preemptive damage always occur if you win the elemental class. On a tie, they take effect if the element in question is higher than the opponent's Earth, and they never occur on a Lost Clash. The opponent's next attack will use the element of water. Because air is strong against water, let's use Swift Strike again. The redolent essence of a long ear dances on your tongue. It is crippled and stands in the very shadow of destruction. Victory! You gained additional damage and triggered a special effect by using air against water. But Longear is now badly hurt, and his next attack will be of air. It is time to finish this. Breathing fire will bypass most armor, but it costs energy to use, unlike most simple strikes. It is time. Breathing... I already read that. Ah, delicious indeed. Future meals will rarely be so easy, however. Be sure to use stalking to observe and get as close as you can. Pursue your prey swiftly and fight wisely. The Great Four, water, air, earth, and fire, shall be your guides. Beware, however, the good beasts of field and woodland are not the only beings in this world. Some have strange gifts, and others, such as the no-tails, may use their bizarre minds to break the rules of a dance. You have gained some energy. Alrighty. I'm thinking, I might actually leave off here. It seems like a good stopping point, and this game, because it is a lot of reading, does affect my voice, so I do want to hold on to my voice, please. That said, I will be streaming again, tomorrow, or depending on your time zone today, Saturday, at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be streaming a Baldur's Gate, and it will be a group stream. So I'm streaming with a couple friends and we're doing sort of like a D&D roleplay style thing where we act out our characters. So I'm really excited to show you to you guys. It's technically something we have already started, but so we're not very far into the gameplay, but we did actually start, and then we decided to stream it afterwards. But I thought it was a good idea to bring you guys along. So, alrighty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream, and I'll be headed off now. And it was lovely to chat with you guys. So, bye bye.